What's up, y'all? This is Ty. It is Tubi Tuesday. That is when I review a Tubi movie. Now, someone pointed out in the comment section, they said, now, Ty, hold on. You keep calling these Tubi movies on Tubi Tuesday, but all of these ain't Tubi movies. They're on Tubi, but they're not exclusive to Tubi. That's not necessarily true. Some of them, yes. Like this one, you might find somewhere else. But the ones, there's been a few that I've reviewed that it said on Tubi, a Tubi original movie. So those, the Stepmothers, and there was another one I reviewed. It said a Tubi original. So not all of them are movies you can find anywhere else. Some of them are exclusive to Tubi. With that being said, I thank you for watching. I thank you for your comments. Let me tell you what today's movie is. That movie is He's for the Streets. And no, that's not my life story. That ain't the story of me, because I ain't for the streets. I had somebody tell me that. Actually, this girl was like, she was like, oh, he for the streets. I don't know you. You don't know me. What make you think I'm for the streets? Do I look like I'm for the streets? Seriously, I ain't for the streets. I'm a relationship type dude. I ain't laying up and down with all these women. I don't have all these women knocking on my door. I ain't got them in different area codes and all that. I'm not really into that. But I was trying to figure out what made this woman think that I was for the streets. I'm minding my business. And she said this, oh yeah, he for the streets. I'm for the streets? No, ma'am. I ain't for the streets. I ain't about that life. No. I ain't about that. I ain't for the streets. I was like, is she cool? I'm for the streets? I ain't for the streets. Nah. Anyway, before we get into that, let me give a shout out to my lovely subscribers. That would be Lamont Simpson, Randall Brown, Tanae C, LaWanda Brown, Peyton Davis, Simply Be Yourself 100, Quiet Guy, Sheila D, Charisma Dozier. I like that name. I like that. Stephanie, you know who you are. I can never say your last name properly, so just call her Stephanie. June BLC, Savannah Rivers, Amore Dupree, and Karima Khadijah. And shout outs again to June BLC because she has made 3,000 subscribers on her channel. So I'm proud of you over here. Keep that channel going and growing. Next stop, 4,000, 5,000, a million. There we go. All right, now let's get down to this movie. And thank you again, all my lovely subscribers, because I do appreciate y'all. And those of you leaving comments down in the comment section. I appreciate that. Now let me get down to this movie, He's for the Streets. This is about a young man by the name of Jay. He works in a restaurant. He's like the promoter and, these social guy. And he's getting people to bring traffic to this restaurant in California. And he's a ladies' man. And we see, he's got his girlfriend, Lexi. And we meet some other secondary characters, his mom and some aunties and this and that, his friend who has 3 baby mamas. There's secondary characters, 3 baby mamas that don't get along with each other and all that stuff. They really don't bring much to the story. They're just there for some little extra background. And we see that he's trying to get with this young lady named Raven. And early on, we see Raven, beautiful girl, both beautiful girls, Lexi and Raven. We see Raven in the kitchen getting it on with some dude. The dude tells her he got to break it off because he's apparently married. He can't do this no more, whatever. And then we learn that he's been murdered. Then we don't see too much more from Raven. And we go back to Jay and Lexi. Now, Jay, like I said, he's a ladies' man. He's got all these different women, this, that, and the third. His sister calls him that, tells him he's a hoe. His girlfriend told him, she said, I know you got all these different hoes. He said, nah, it's my job and this, that, and the third. But she said, listen, you can mess around, just don't bring me no diseases, don't bring me no drama. That's what she said to him. And then when his sister called and he had his sister on speaker and his sister said, oh, I know you over there with some hoe or something like that, Lexi got offended. I said, now, Lexi, you the one that gave him permission to slip and slide and tip and dip and do all this stuff. So now you got a problem. So she got upset with him, and then she stormed out. Then he smoothed it over. He said, nah, baby, it's not like that. I ain't got time for that. You know how my job is. I got to promote this and do this and get this restaurant. Dude was messing with some lady that worked with the, the food inspectors. And somehow, at the restaurant he wants, they need to pass the inspection, Mr. Harrington's restaurant, or he's going to close down. So Mr. Harrington is on his case like, listen, you got to do something. Make sure you get all these things done before inspection time. And ain't you banging that young lady? And then Mr. Harrison knew about all the ladies he was banging. Also, Jay has this friend. I forget the friend's name, but the friend is another one. He's a ladies' man too, but he leaves kids everywhere he go. He got 3 baby mamas. They don't get along. We seen a scene where one of them was yelling at him and this, that, and the third. So they decide they're going. They're in L.A. They see Raven. He tries to holler at Raven. Raven pretty much shut him all the way down. He said, well, I need you to come to the restaurant or whatever. She claimed she wasn't going to come. I like that scene because she was like really playing like she really wasn't interested in him. And so lo and behold, we fast forward. It is Lexi's birthday. Jay takes her to the restaurant where he works at. And while he's there, him and Lexi, Raven is sitting right there. And she's just staring at them the whole time. And then Lexi says, do you know her? And Jay was like, nah, I don't know her. He said, I asked you again, do you know her? He said he didn't know her. Meanwhile, Raven is staring Lexi down like crazy. So then Lexi was like, well, I'm going to leave now to go hang with my friends. This is your woman's birthday, and she's going to hang with her friends. She came, he had a little drink with you, and then you're that ballsy. You're going to still try to talk to this other woman right there? Lexi wasn't going a hot 5 minutes before Jay got up and went straight to the table of Raven. And he flirting and carrying on, going back and forth. And Raven said, I see you got a girlfriend. Oh, nah, that's not my girl. So I immediately did not like Jay because I was like, he's like trifling, like completely trifling, like a big liar. So I didn't feel sorry for him. A lot of times with these characters, they want you to relate to the character and feel sorry for the character. But I already saw you doing this bold of lying. You putting the problems on yourself, bro. So I was like, anything he gets, he's going to deserve it because look at what he's doing. So he goes through with all that stuff and he's like, yeah, give me your number. Exchanges numbers, gives her the number. Lexi comes back. This dude lied right in Lexi's face. Lexi's looking right at him and she's like, yo, I just seen you give her your number. Oh, you bugging, you tripping, you insecure, this, that. Denying it. She seen it. She saw you. She saw you, dude. What's the problem? Going back and forth. She said, you know what? F you. He goes, happy birthday. So now we fast forward. He's all in this thing with Raven. And Raven kind of gave him a warning. She said, listen, you in this for... Now, see, this is where he messed up. Oh, Raven, that sounds good with Carter or whatever his last name was. Don't be playing with these women, telling them that, they let your last name sound good on them, especially the cuckoo ones. You don't do that. And she, really? And I said, oh, yeah, she's a live one. She's a live one. This is a crazy one right here. Don't be doing that. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Don't do that. So he's gassing her up. Yeah, And she said, listen, you with me? You feeling me? He says yes. Next time I know, he at her house, feeling on her big booty. And he meets her son. And I guess that was the nanny, whoever. Then he's playing football with her son. So she's in love. Fast forward. We see a scene with Lexi. Lexi's in the bathroom. She takes a pregnancy test and it appears she may be pregnant. She starts smiling. So I was like, is that a smile of, yay, I'm not pregnant? Or is that a smile of, yay, I am pregnant? But we'll get back to that a little bit later. Then we move on down to Jay and Lexi kicking it again. And he kissing on her and all this carrying on and this, that, and the third. And who's in the shadows hiding behind a tree but Raven? And Raven comes over and spray paints bitch onto Lexi's car. And then she disappears. Then she shows up at Jay's house and Jay is like, yo, why did you do that? What's wrong with you? And she's like, hi, honey, hi, I love you. All this stuff, totally ignoring what he said. She said, I didn't do that. That must have been somebody else. Then she tells him that she's pregnant. And he was like, what you telling me for? Uh-oh, I said, see, you playing games now. What you telling me for? And he said, listen, I don't know what to tell you. And she said, what's happening to all this bonding and loving me and all? He said, listen, I was just in the moment. That's what he said. I was just in the moment. She kissed him and said, bye, honey. Then we get to the crazy part. He looking for Lexi. Come to find out, he looks for Lexi. Lexi texts him, meet me by the lake. But she doesn't know she's being followed by Raven. Raven comes over there, pulls out a gun, shoots her, and steps off. Jay gets on the scene, sees Lexi down there, down and out. So he attempts to come to the rescue. And now he's been framed for what we thought was the attempted murder of Lexi. They put him in jail. He got the orange jumpsuit. The cops come to him. Then he tell them, look, he wouldn't do this. They said, why would you try to kill or kill your... I could have sworn they said try to kill. But then he said, try to kill your girlfriend because you knew she was pregnant and you a ladies' man. He said, no, I didn't do no such thing. And then he mentioned Raven. And then he gets out of jail. His uncle, whoever that was able to get him out. But come to find out, Lexi's not dead. She's in the hospital, but there's a restraining order, so he needs to stay away. So after that, they're telling him, well, he can't go see her. Now he's like, I really messed up, this, that, and the third. Then we see a scene where he gets confronted by Raven. And him and Raven go at it, and, she's telling him, why did you do that? Shut the F up, shut the F up. She got the gun out on him. She pulled the gun out on him, whatever. She's telling him, shut up, this, that, and you weak. You a mama's boy, this, that, and the third. Somehow they got to tussling. Both of them end up shot. He's in the hospital bed now. He didn't get arrested. Somehow they connected. The police connected everything. Raven is going to jail. They figured out the other crimes that she committed. She's going to jail. But remember, she told Jay that she was pregnant, but actually Lex was pregnant. Lex was actually the one pregnant when Lex took the pregnancy test. But then we see this big kumbaya party at the end with his friends and the friend with the baby mama, the aunt, and somebody else. And they all having a good time. And, Jay had his father and all of them. They're the secondary characters. And they're having a good time celebrating. And I guess he was texting Lexi. Lexi is now wheelchair bound, and we hear the narration from him about how he pretty much effed up her life being for the streets, because he was for the streets, laying up with everybody. And now this poor girl is in a wheelchair because of your foolishness. And he said, listen, and I pray and I feel sorry for all the things that I did to Raven that hurt her, but I hope she don't get out. Then they show her at the end with her son, and she's pregnant. So it looks like Raven is out, y'all. So are we going to get a part 2? He's for the streets, part 2, Raven's Revenge? Is that what we're going to get? Hey, I'm here for it. I enjoyed this. This was entertaining. I did find that some of the secondary characters was just for filler, I guess, because we really didn't need them. Like the auntie that got mad with the uncle about cheating. They never followed up on that. She kicked him out the house, and then next, at the end of the movie, they back together. That we didn't really need that. I didn't understand the point of that, why all of that was there, and her being an actress. I don't know why that was there. I did like the little secondary character, his friend Ray, who got to beat 3 baby mamas. But again, we didn't really need him. He didn't serve any purpose here. But, it was entertaining. So that's it. That's my thoughts right there. Tell me your thoughts if you've watched this one already. I think Randall is the one. Randall Brown is the one who told me to watch this one. He's for the streets. So that's it. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You all have a blessed night.